When we started, I said the theme of this event is the future is us. I said you would hear people, change makers, we call them, on this stage appeal to the better parts of you. And I said you are influencers. You're the ones who are going to take what you hear and spread it. Coming to the stage is one such person. She will share with you her inspiration, which became her motivation, which is now leading her to draw you into a movement that will better shape our futures. She is the managing director of Notore Seeds, the largest private agricultural company in the country, or one of the largest private agricultural companies in the country. With that, I wish to welcome Ivana Osagie to the stage. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you. 10 years ago, I attended a Miriam Makeba concert. It was in the Queen Elizabeth Hall in the South Bank in London. And in between her songs, at the time, the crime rate in Johannesburg was sky high. It was really, really bad. Can you hear me at the back? Okay. So in between her songs, Miriam Makeba talked about her country. And I remember she told us, she said, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in South Africa, and there are some bad people there. But she said, there's some good things going on, and some good people there as well. And she said to us, please don't turn your backs on us. Please support us, help us, so that today we will crawl, and one day we will fly. And for some very strange reason, that had tremendous impact on me. I mean, I really was blown away. I sat there thinking, wow, I have never heard anyone talk about my country, Nigeria, in those terms. I remembered all the times I had gotten together with my own friends or listened to other people discuss Nigeria. We would point out all the flaws, all the things that don't work. We'd get really frustrated. There'd be a lot of pain and anger and frustration because we love Nigeria so much. But it all came across quite negatively. But Miriam Makeba did not talk about South Africa in quite those terms. She talked about her country like it were a baby, a child that needed to be nurtured, that needed to be looked after and protected. And so as I sat there, she sowed a seed in me, which led me on a journey that saw me leave London, where I lived at the time, and move back home to Nigeria after a 15-year absence. Today, I'm in the business of agriculture. I'm actually a farmer. You may not think I look like one, but I am a farmer. I run a business that grows high-yield seeds. And this is quite important, actually, for farmers, because the experts tell us that by the year 2050, the global population will exceed 9 billion. And so we'll have loads and loads of people to feed, and yet we'll be grappling with the challenges of not enough resources with which to feed this massive population. And high-yield seeds enable the farmer to work with the same amount of resources, the same amount of land, the same amount of water, and yet increase his productivity. So that is actually quite important. So I work with a lot of farmers, and I've noticed a few things about farmers. I'm going to share with you 5 facts about good farmers. I've noticed that a good farmer, all farmers actually, are custodians of the future. A farmer plants his seed in the ground, and he's looking forward into the future, to his harvest. So a farmer nearly always lives in the future. His future is contained in that seed that he puts into the ground. He's a custodian of the future. Farmers are very good with keeping time. They're very good timekeepers. I mean, they have to be if you think about it, because they need to know when the rains will start and when the rains will end. So a farmer needs to know that the rains are starting now, so I can plant my seed, because I need the rains to fall to moisten the soil so that my seed can thrive, and also to water my seed. And he needs to know when is the right time to harvest. Otherwise, he will risk destroying his crop if he harvests at the wrong time. So they're very good at keeping time. Farmers are also very good nurturers. They have to nurture the seed once it's in the ground. They have to nurture the crop. They look after it. They protect it. They watch to see whether there are weeds growing. And if there are any weeds, they need to take them out so that they don't contend with the seed for the nutrients and the water in the soil. So they nurture the seed, nurture the crop until they bring it through to harvest. Farmers are also very good planners. He puts his seed into the soil, and for quite a while, there's no sign of anything going on in the soil. There's no sign of life. If he's not very patient, he will go up and say, let me check and see if there's anything going on down there. But he's patient enough to wait for the life to emerge and also to wait for another 2-3 months until the time that he can harvest. So it struck me the other day, though, that actually we all are farmers. I'm a farmer, like I said. I'm in the agriculture business anyway. But you're farmers as well, because every day you go out there, you're creating your own future. You're planting seeds to create your future by the things you say, by the things you do, by the decisions you make. You're creating your own future. So you too are a farmer. You too are a custodian of the future. Now, the World Bank and other people like that tell us that 70% of Nigeria's population are under the age of 30. Now, I think that is a massive and exciting opportunity. Why? Because it means we have all of these resources that we can work with to grow a better future for this country. If you look in the news today, it's fairly obvious that somewhere in the past we have sowed some wrong seeds. That is why you open the papers, you listen to the news, there's a lot of negative stories. There's some good stories as well, but there's a lot of negative stories. Things which almost make your heart stop. But you see, the good news is that we have an opportunity to do something different. We have an opportunity to learn from the farmers, to learn how to plant good seed in good soil, nurture the seed, nurture the crop, and bring it through to a harvest to create a better future for ourselves and for unborn generations. So, as I round up, when you leave here, you're going to go back out there. You're going to have opportunities to plant seeds of love or seeds of hate, seeds of harmony or seeds of discord, seeds of tolerance or seeds of intolerance, seeds of life or seeds of death. The choice is yours. Thank you for listening.